Welcome to Pants Picks. This is a show where I go through an entire team's season and I decide on the probability in which I think they're going to win. And at the end, we're going to come up with a win total that I can compare with Vegas odds and maybe give you some advice on betting the over-under. With me, as always, is local man Bill. How are you, Bill?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good. Who do we got today?
Today we have the Seattle Seahawks. 7-10 last season, last in their division. After 10 years with the Seahawks, they send Russell Wilson packing. But in exchange, they get Drew Lock, Shelby Harris, Noah Fant, and acquire some additional picks. Can 5 players replace one Russell Wilson? Keeping in mind that they were last in the division last year with Russell Wilson going 6-8.
Okay, I like all those stats, and I'm going to start off with no, I don't think so. But we're going to find out as I go through each game. I don't think that they can replace Russell Wilson with anything but a very good quarterback. And that very good quarterback is not Drew Lock, in my opinion. But don't get mad at me. Let's check out this schedule. Here we go. Let's start it off. Week 1, Denver. Week 1, Denver is a hot pick. Bill, you tell me what makes Denver a hot pick.
Yeah, so we have week 1 versus Denver. Seattle is plus 4.5. Geno's currently listed in the starter. I wouldn't be surprised though if Drew Lock wins that starting role before preseason's over with. You know, why would you waste time on Geno Smith? You got to find out if Drew Lock is the right guy for your team. Regardless, this game is a blowout. Russell Wilson is going to go to town on his former team. He's going to have more fans in the stand than I think the Seahawks will. And I think Denver wins by 14.
Could you imagine a stadium filled with Russell Wilson Denver Broncos jerseys? Oh. Ouch. If that's the case, Seahawks fans are not going to be wanting to watch our picks. They're not going to like the way this started for them. I agree. I don't think there's any chance that they win. I think Russell Wilson's going to show up and he is going to stomp out the Seahawks and his former coach and his former team. And that's going to be it. Week 2 at San Francisco, I am going to maintain this 0% chance of winning. San Francisco is, even with Trey Lance, even with whatever, their superior team. They're going into San Francisco. I think that the Seahawks are going to be trying to figure it out. They're already going to have a quarterback controversy between Geno Smith and Drew Lock. That's not going to help training camp. That's not going to help any development or any consistency. I just don't think that they can put out a team that can actually beat the 49ers. Week 3, this is going to be their first chance. They're going to be hosting the Atlanta Falcons. We'll give it a 50% chance. I do lean Falcons still, though. I think Mariota is better than both options that the Seahawks have. The Seahawks also did not have a good defense, and they lost Bobby Wagner as well. So that's not helping anyone. Where are you at, Bill, with this?
Yeah, I also had that as a 50-50, and I would agree. I think Atlanta, while the team is not that great, they do have a little bit of an upper hand in this one.
At Detroit, I am going to maintain we'll give them a 25% chance of winning. I think this is at Detroit. I think Detroit is better. And you know what? Jared Goff might finally see his opportunity to really beat the Seahawks again. You know, without Russell Wilson, might be a little more motivated. I don't know. I'm pulling stuff from thin air right now for that. But I think it's kind of fun. So I think Detroit is going to comfortably win this game. Week 5 at New Orleans, I'm going to give them a 25% chance of winning that game as well. I think New Orleans is definitely the better team, but I'm not going to give them no chance at all. Hosting Arizona, I'm going to give them a 0. I don't think. I think Arizona is good. Even with all this stuff surrounding Kyler Murray recently, he's still just such a dynamic player, and they're a better team. Week 7 at the Chargers is going to be a sad ride home for the Seattle Seahawks. 0% chance. Absolutely. Week 8, hosting the New York Giants. We're going to have to go with, I think, maybe a 50. I'll give them a 50% chance. I don't think they'll win. I think the Giants are a better team, but they do have to go into Seattle, and that's a little bit something. And so they might be able to make it a game. I think the Giants will probably win, though, still. At Arizona, I gave them a 0% chance in Seattle. I'm going to give them a 0% chance in Arizona. Sad to say. Week 10 at Tampa Bay, we're going to maintain this 0% chance. We're going to move forward. Week 11 bye week. Week 12, hosting the Raiders. At home, 25% chance. Why not? Why not? Maybe. I don't know. Week 13, at Rams, 0% chance. That could have been put in before we even started. No chance against the Rams. Week 14, hosting Carolina. I'll give them a 50% chance, just because it's at home. Definitely think Carolina wins, though. It's a close 25%. I think Carolina's a bit better, significantly better than the Seahawks. But it is the NFL, so teams can win. Teams can pull it off. They do have, Pete Carroll, pretty good coach. I think he's done some things in his career, I've heard. What do you think, Bill?
Yeah, I actually had that one as a 0.25.
Yeah.
I think Carolina's quarterback situation is upgraded from the previous season. I don't think that Seahawks have a shot. They have a slight shot.
Yeah. 25% is. I'm really a toss-up in between the two, too, or for me. Week 15, hosting San Francisco. I'm going to give them 25%.
Oh,
Okay. What's the hot pick about? I give them a 25%. What are you going to give them, 50-50?
well, not quite. This is a Thursday night football game versus San Francisco. Seattle's getting 3 points. Trey Lance versus Drew Lock. That's who I'm guessing the starters will be. But DJ Metcalf is the difference in this one. I think that Seattle will upset San Francisco, but I'm taking the points just to be sure.
All right. I'm gonna stick with 25%. I think by the end of the season, still though, the team is San Francisco will either be pushing for the playoffs, and I think they'll maintain it. They'll either have to go with Garoppolo if he's healthy, if they think that Trey Lance is just not the answer, or maybe Trey Lance will figure it out and they have the option to just be clearly a better squad.
Keeping in mind, they did beat San Francisco twice last year.
They did. But last year they had Russell Wilson. So I'm sorry. A team with Russell Wilson, a team with Geno Smith is a very different team. Or Drew Lock. Week 16 at Kansas City, 0%. There's no way. Kansas City is going to be trying to solidify a first or second seed, and they're not going to screw around with that, especially at home. Week 17, the Jets, hosting the Jets. I'll give them a 50. It's hard to say. I'll give them a 50% chance. I don't think that they'll win, but I think you can give them something. The Jets are probably going to win this game, though. What do you think?
Yeah, I also had 50-50. Yeah, it really could go either way.
Yeah.
But I think the Jets have a better potential in their quarterback, so the future looks brighter for the Jets. Maybe they keep on rolling. They start figuring things out towards the end of the season and carry some momentum through Week 17.
Yeah, I could see that. All agreeing here. And Week 18, hosting the Rams. I mean, outside of the Rams resting everybody, I don't necessarily think the Rams are going to run away. They have a difficult division, so I don't think they're going to run away with the 1 seed. I don't think they're going to run away with the position, so I think they will try. So I think they will win. 0% chance that the Seattle Seahawks beat the Rams. But because I think I see teams more like the Packers with the easier schedule, they could be... They'll be with them. These teams will be together, so I think the Rams will have to try. All right, now let's see what we came up with. What is my total? What's Bill's total? What are the Vegas odds? Oh, okay. Wow, Vegas. Vegas must be Pete Carroll fans, right? I mean, seriously. We are both in agreement that this team probably won't win 4 games. And Las Vegas, to win that is 6. This is a big separation. If they were 4.5, I might say something along the lines like, okay, maybe they'll win 5, But 6 games, I mean, I don't think they'll win 5. I think if they were 4.5, I would still possibly recommend the over, but at 5.5 or the under. But at 5.5, how could you imagine them to win 6? Sorry to say, Seahawks fans, I think your team is in the beginning of a rebuild situation. They're really going to be restarting. They removed their quarterback. They got a whole bunch of picks, and that's it. It was the perfect move for a rebuild. So them winning 6 games would almost be going against what the plan would be. It's almost like a wasted season if they win 6 games. As a fan of teams, or as a fan, I would always imagine that a team winning 7 games is almost worse in a lot of ways than a team winning 3 games. 3 games kind of gives you some hope for the future. Winning 7 games kind of puts you in purgatory. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, even looking at Russell Wilson last year, playing in 14 games and only winning 6, I don't see Locke or Geno Smith being able to do what Russell Wilson couldn't do. So
yeah,
I don't see them getting to that. I don't even see them getting to 4 wins. So
I know. Even if it was 4.5, I would still at least slightly recommend the under. But at 5.5, I'm in California, so I can't pull open a phone and throw this bet down. But if I was in New York State, I think I would strongly consider, not even strongly, I might just throw $20 down on this one and say, you know what? There's no way that they will get 6 wins in this season. I don't even see where they would come from outside of a Rams, the Rams not playing the last game of the season, resting all the stars, which I still wouldn't even give that a 75% chance. I'd probably still give that just a 50-50 because of how good the Seahawks are, lack of talent that they actually have. But tell us your thoughts. If you're a Seahawks fan and you hate me now, well, I'm sorry. I've been to Seattle. I really like your city, so I don't mean to hate on you. I'm just telling you what I think. But if you think that they're better and you really think that they will beat the Vegas odds, maybe Drew Lock is going to come out of his shell and be a superstar, or maybe the long journeyman quarterback of Geno Smith is going to prove to be great in the mid-2020s. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm being sarcastic because I don't believe that's going to happen. But if you think it's going to happen, let me know in the comments. And you know what else you can do? You can pull up the schedule and do it yourself. You could pick 0% chance of winning to 25, 50, 75, 100% chance of winning. Whatever you think it is, you put it in there. You're going to get your total. Put that in the comments as well. Say, hey, I got 3.5. Hey, I got 4.5. Hey, I love the Seahawks. They got 17 wins. They're going to go undefeated. Whatever you think, throw it in there. Like, subscribe. Don't forget to do that. And we'll see you next time.